And Naomi, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of downside for the Japanese yen, but it doesn't seem to be at least catastrophic for now when it comes to the pace of potential losses that we could have seen with the supposed Takaichi trade. What are your expectations now that you've seen the outcome of the elections?
Well, what's interesting is that even though Takaichi won quite a lot of popular support, markets haven't voted yet. And so I think it's sensible to give Takaichi the benefit of the doubt, because after all, with such a victory, then there's also some political capital to spend. The campaign is over. Now she can stop campaigning and focus on the work of governing. And part of that work involves establishing a healthy dialogue with markets. And that's not just the stock market, it's also the bond market and foreign exchange. And it's a nuanced picture there. It also means projecting some fiscal responsibility over the long term, because after all, nobody expects Japan's fiscal books to collapse tomorrow. It's really about longer term credibility.
Suspension of food taxes for 2 years. I mean, the Prime Minister continues to insist that it will not involve issuing new government bonds. But is that feasible?
So I think the problem here is that there's a real potential for fiscal policy to sort of fight itself a little bit. What we are facing in Japan is a cost of living pressure. And while it may seem very simple to reduce taxes in order to fight that, really what we're also seeing is some pass-through in inflation. And so if it's really an inflation problem, it's the central bank's job to fight it. So any other measures may be somewhat temporary.
To be fair, when we talk about the central bank here in Japan, we talk about the fact that it's supposed to be independent. But how independent is the BOJ from the political environment, I guess, is my question.
Well, I think to begin with, the BOJ's mandate is to ensure price stability. And I'm not really sure we can say that because the BOJ has moved with the government in the past, for example, under the Abe administration, that it is not independent. In fact, under the Abe administration, what Japan was facing was a deflationary economy, an extremely strong yen, higher unemployment. We don't have the labor supply shortages that we see today. So that was appropriate policy for its day. It's just that we're at a different day right now. And so appropriate policy looks somewhat different. So it's perhaps more nuanced than it was under Prime Minister Abe, where the clear decision was, the clear logic was to try and fight deflation. No, now we're in inflation. And then so we have a different policy mix that will be the optimal one.